What if I told you that you could start a $1 million AI business this year, working completely by yourself? I know, it sounds a little out there, but we're about to break down a blueprint that makes it totally possible. We're going to dive into 5 proven AI business models that really do have 7-figure potential, and I'll even show you exactly how to get started.
So let's just jump right in. Have you ever actually thought about it? I mean, really, starting your own $1 million AI company? It's one of those big dreams, right? Feels like it might be just out of reach. But what if it wasn't?
And here's the real kicker. What if you could build this whole thing solo, with 0 employees? That's the wild idea we're exploring. A one-person journey to a 7-figure business. And AI is the engine that gets you there.
Okay, before we get to the cool ideas, you need the playbook. Think of it like this: the AI startup ladder. It's a super simple 4-step formula that takes almost all of the risk out of starting. See, you don't start by building anything. You start at the bottom rung. Validate. You prove people actually want what you're selling. Then you pre-sell it, so you get paid before you do the work. Only then do you deliver amazing results for those first clients. And the final step? You build, automating the whole process so you can scale up. Keep this ladder in mind. It's the key to everything.
All right, the ladder's set. Let's start climbing. Kicking off our countdown at number 5.
This is such a great place to start. Basically, businesses pay you to set up an AI that handles all their incoming calls and books appointments for them. You're basically selling them a super smart receptionist that works 24/7 and costs way less than a person. Now, let's look at the stats on this. The cost to get started is low. You're really just using existing AI tools. The effort is medium. You gotta actually sell the service. But the income potential? This is where it gets fun. We're talking $500 to $1,000 a day. Why? Because you're not just another expense. You're actively generating profit for your clients by booking them sales calls.
That's a pretty solid start. But what if you could plug into the huge world of online content?
Coming in at number 4, every single business out there is trying to become a media company right now, and that's your opening. You take their long-form stuff, like a podcast or a webinar, and you use AI to slice it up into dozens of short, punchy, viral clips for places like TikTok, Instagram Reels, and YouTube Shorts.
The numbers here are pretty similar. Low cost, medium effort. But the income potential, it gets a serious bump. And if you don't believe me, check this out. Our source material mentioned a freelancer doing this exact thing who's now pulling in $30,000 a month from just 7 clients. That is the kind of cash you can make when you solve a massive headache for people. Okay, we're at the halfway point. For number 3, we're moving away from content and into straight-up sales. And, as you might guess, the potential income takes a big jump.
Just think about all the DMs, texts, and comments a business gets every day. Most of them just disappear. With this business, you build an AI chatbot that actually turns those random conversations into real qualified sales leads. It's like having a full sales team that lives inside their social media inbox.
So you'll notice the cost just ticked up to medium here, but that's not a bad thing. That's a barrier to entry. It means you might need some more specific tools, maybe even a little bit of code, but that specialization is exactly why you can charge so much more. You're not just selling a generic tool, you're building a custom-made money machine for your clients.
And the proof is right there. A company called GetRevio did this exact thing, and they went from 0 to $60,000 a month in under 7 months. That's $2,000 a day. This market is just wide open.
All right, here we are, the top 2. Now we're getting into the high-ticket world of business consulting. And the numbers, well, they get a lot bigger. You wouldn't believe it, but most businesses are sitting on a gold mine of messy, chaotic data. It's in spreadsheets, emails, their CRM software. It's a total disaster. Your service is to go in, clean it all up, and then layer an AI on top of it. What's the result? The business owner can literally ask their data questions and get instant answers. So why the huge jump in income? Because you've just graduated from saving your client a little time to helping them make million-dollar decisions. You're giving CEOs the power to ask their company anything and get a data-backed answer instantly. That's not a service, that's a superpower. You're not just a vendor anymore, you're a strategic partner. And look, this isn't just some theory. A company called Precision.co followed this exact playbook and hit a $700,000 run rate in just 7 months. That kind of crazy growth only happens when you are solving an incredibly painful, expensive problem. And here we are, the #1 AI business you can start today. And according to our source, this isn't just another idea. This might be the biggest opportunity of the next 10 years.
This is the ultimate service. You get paid, and paid well, to build a custom AI executive assistant that tames a CEO's chaotic email inbox and their ridiculously complex calendar. You're not just organizing things for them. You are giving them back their most valuable asset, their time and their mental energy.
And this right here is why it's number one. Look at that. The cost to start is low, but the income potential is just in a different league, up to $5,000 a day. The math on this is so simple. A CEO's time is worth thousands an hour. If you can save them 10 hours a week, what is that worth to them? The answer is pretty much anything.
The scale here is just hard to even imagine. A company called Fixer, operating in this exact space, added $9 million to their annual revenue in just 5 months. That's over $27,000 in new revenue every single day. The demand for this is completely off the charts. Okay, so these ideas are really exciting, right? But an idea without action is, well, it's just a daydream. So how do you actually start? We go right back to the very first rung on our ladder, validate. This is the most important step of all. It's how you prove people will pay you before you ever build a thing. And the best way to learn it is to see it live.
So the whole validation process can start with a simple, open question, just like this one. Notice you're not pitching anything, you're not selling, you're just listening. You want the potential client to tell you their biggest problems in their own words.
And then, this is the magic moment. The prospect, Josh, he doesn't just describe his problem, he literally puts a price tag on it for you. He quantifies the value of the solution himself. Saving 10 hours a week is worth 10 grand to him. Bam! You now have a super powerful price anchor for whatever you're about to offer.
So that's your whole mission for that first call. It's a simple 4-part script. First, you get them to identify their problem. Second, you get them to quantify what that problem costs them. Third, you offer to solve that exact problem. And fourth, you book the next meeting. That's it. You've just validated a high-ticket business idea without building a thing.
So now, the question isn't whether these opportunities are real, because they are. The only question left is the one right here on your screen. We've just walked through 5 incredible business models. You have the 4-step ladder, so which one are you going to pick up the phone